Hello, Trekkies and Trekkers. Well, it's the penultimate day of Star Trek Timber, and I realized that, well, tomorrow I'm going to have to do a lot more reviews because, yeah, there's just so many episodes left that I haven't covered yet, so just be on the lookout for a whole lot of videos coming tomorrow so I can get this done, so that way in October I can move on to Horror Month 2018, so here you go. Anyway, so let's start our reviews off with Suspicions. Guinan visits Dr. Beverly Crusher in her quarters, complaining of tennis elbow. Crusher breaks the news that she is no longer a doctor on the Enterprise and will be facing a court-martial. She tells Guinan the whole story. A Ferengi scientist, Dr. Rega, has created a metaphasic shielding technique, but racial profiling and his unorthodox methods have left most scientists in the field ignoring his work. Dr. Crusher decided to play the role of a scientific diplomat and invite other scientists versed in the field to come to the Enterprise and view a demonstration of the Doctor's prototype. As they were all skeptical, they decided someone other than the Ferengi should pilot the shuttle outfitted with the shielding. Jobril, a Takaran, volunteers. At the test flight, they all watch from the bridge as Jobril enters the star. Everything seems to be going as planned until suddenly Jobril becomes short of breath and barely pilots the shuttle out of the star before dying. Everyone considers Rega a failure, but he cannot accept that something went wrong. No one can find any trouble with the shuttlecraft. Also, Dr. Crusher cannot determine the cause of Jobril's death. In fact, she cannot understand his physiology at all, especially why his cells seem to be decaying at such a low rate. However, he is judged dead. Rega pleads with the other scientists to allow him a second test. Dr. Crusher reluctantly refuses, but he seems determined to prove himself. A few hours later, he is found dead due to a plasma discharge. It is judged as suicide by Security Chief Lieutenant Worf, but Crusher intuitively knows it was neither a suicide nor an accident. Bum bum bum. Dr. Crusher discusses how unusual this seems with Captain Jean-Luc Picard. She is determined to perform an autopsy, but the captain informs her that it is out of the question, as the family insists the body not be desecrated before they can perform the Ferengi death ritual. Frustrated, Dr. Crusher decides to perform an investigation. She confronts Christopher and Tapan, and Christopher seems incensed. Eventually, he mentions that Kuruk and Rega had a fiery argument. Dr. Crusher then confronts the Klingon scientist, much to her own peril. As she determines Kuruk did not murder Rega, she finds herself stumped and her confidence faltering. Knowing she will disobey a direct order, she performs an autopsy on Rega and finds nothing. She informs Picard, who is forced to relieve her of duty. In the present, Guinan encourages her to continue her investigation, as she has nothing left to lose. Commander William Riker warns her not to do anything foolish. Despite this, Crusher takes Dr. Rega's shuttle into the star herself. Picard urges her to come back, but to no avail. In the shuttle, Jobril emerges alive. He reveals the species can fake death. Okay, that's interesting. He also plans to fake the destruction of the shuttle and take it back to his homeworld. He plans to profit from the new shielding, turning into a weapon. Jobril attacks Crusher, but she fights back and is forced to completely vaporize him. She returns to the ship, relieved to have vindicated Rega, and unafraid of any court-martial. She replicates the tennis racket for Guinan so she would never get tennis elbow again, but Guinan admits she has never played tennis. She was merely trying to figure out what was wrong with Crusher, as she knows this past year was a rather tough year for the Doctor. Yeah, I'd definitely say so. So overall, this is a pretty good episode, and the focus on what was going on, and the focus on Beverly's story I thought was kind of nice. So overall, I give Suspicions 4 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me in bed as we take a look at Rightful Heir. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.